All right, we'll go ahead and get started. Coach, we'll let you take an opening comment.
Yeah, first of all, it feels good to be 2-0. We beat a good football team, and we talked about needing to be able to run the football to be successful against these guys, and felt like that we were able to do that. Penalties shot us in the foot a couple times. We need to definitely correct that. But overall, real happy to be 2-0 and beating a good football team.
Questions?
Coach, you're kind of critical of the offense after the first game. How did you feel? Give it a grade this time.
Yeah, just coming off the field right there, put some points on the board. I think we had a missed opportunity or two. My big deal is just consistency. We just gotta be more consistent, with our execution. I do feel like we improved from last week, and that's what we've been talking about: improve each game.
How did you feel about the tempo tonight?
The tempo at times was a lot better. I think there was a drive going to our left that we got it going, and we ran the power and counter a couple times, got some momentum, scored a touchdown, and so I thought it was better tonight.
Are these easier or more difficult games when you're playing somebody similar talent, guys, similar styles? Is it?
The fact that we knew a lot about those guys and they knew a lot about us. I mean, that's always a challenge, that guessing game and all that. But they're a good team, and we'll be a good team tonight.
Cameron's game tonight was better decision making by him on some cuts, things of that sort.
Yeah, I think so. It looked like it was good blocking up front. He held on the football. He's a north-south back, and I feel like he'll get more comfortable, each game, behind our schemes.
How do you feel Nick performed tonight?
The big pass play was huge. I mean, that kind of gave us a sigh of relief right there. We could open up and play. Obviously, the turnover down there was very critical, but he did some good things, and he improved from the first game.
What about the way your defense played with its back up against the end zone?
Yeah, I think that was big. I mean, that's 2 weeks in a row our defense stood up down there and held them to field goals right there. And I believe we had the fourth down stop again, and that is definitely a good thing.
You touched on D-line a little bit. A lot of guys rotated in. A lot of guys made plays tonight on D-line.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to do. We got some depth there, trying to keep the guys fresh, and I feel like our guys were fairly fresh, in the second half.
Marshall obviously started off a lot better today. You got 4 or 5. It just seemed like he had a better feel out there. What did you see from him?
Well, he's getting more comfortable each practice, and he was more comfortable this game than he was last game, and I feel like that'll improve. And it's like I said, the guy didn't go through spring, and he's still learning as he goes, but he's very hard on himself, and he has a chance to improve each game.
Gus, as you were preparing for this game, did you ever think that you were going to hold this team without a touchdown?
No, I really didn't. They got some phenomenal skill guys that'll have the chance to play at the next level. Like I said, they had the second longest winning streak in college football, so they're used to winning. So, very impressed.
What was the explanation on the Chris Frost ejection and targeting call there?
Just like what you heard over the announcement, that hit him high.
Obviously, you had the 3 backs that are running well, but how much did the offense change when Marshall was getting involved in the run game?
Well, it definitely helps. Anytime you have a quarterback that is a run threat, he had a couple of reads right there and he kept the football. And if you do that a couple times and have some success, it opens everything else up. And I thought that was a big factor tonight.
That pass to Sammy Coates, seeing 3 or 4 times, what went right there for him this time?
It was a well-executed play. I mean, the line did a good job on the play action. We got the safety down. He ran a really good route, at the top of his route. And it was a really good throw. And that's what it's supposed to look like.
Talk about your secondary. Looked like they had another pretty good night in coverage.
I think so. Not giving up the big play. I mean, I think that's, half the battle, playing good defense, and secondary did a good job.
Chris didn't come back in and play. Was any reason for that? Just simple shut
Well, we
down?
were up. We were up. And, we're playing some young guys. And I'll say this, too. It was real positive. We played a lot of people. We got a chance to play some of those young guys and get out in front of a crowd and see how they react.
Coach, you talk about the big play potential you had, especially the first 2 or 3 scoring drives, multiple 10-yarder plus plays, obviously 68-yarder. Really, all the touchdowns were over 10 yards. Can you just talk about that propensity there?
Yeah, I mean, we definitely play a lot better when we have explosive plays, and anytime you can, have more than a few, that's a good thing.
What was the scene like there after the game? I noticed you were talking to a lot of your former players.
Yeah, it was pretty emotional. It's a pretty interesting deal when you coach against a team that you're close to players. There's a bunch of great kids over there, great competitors, and it was interesting. but it was good to see those guys and wished them nothing but the best, moving forward.
Gus, can you talk about the tackling? Looked like it was good again tonight.
Well, we're getting better. I think each week we'll improve in that area. And, offensive execution, tackling, everything that goes with it.
I guess just one went into the decision on Justin Garrett again this week and D this week.
Yeah, they practiced, didn't play. We'll see how they are this next week.
Talk about just the decisions there to go with Jonathan, at times.
Well, Jonathan, he's a very good quarterback with his own right. We just felt like we just wanted to give him a package right there and keep him involved and all that. He did an excellent job when he was in there, even, towards the end, the little power pass down there, very well executed, naked and all that. So, Jonathan's a very solid quarterback.
Anything to that, just trying to spark Nick, at all?
No, not really. We just, just had a package for him. Wanted to keep him involved and feel a part. And he's, said, it wasn't any more than that.
Gus, in all your years around football, had you ever heard of that penalty called in the very first play of the game where they were called for like the equipment malfunction? Or is that a new one for you?
Yeah, that's you don't hear about that very much.
Before you got to start today, obviously you have multiple guys that you feel comfortable putting up there. What went into that decision?
Well, to be honest with you, we have our starters, but you see where you get the ball in certain situations. And who's ever in that situation, he's happened to be in there. But we got 3 running backs that are all starters in our mind. So.
Well, Darius was in on 8 tackles tonight on the stats. Guy was playing linebacker a couple of weeks ago. I guess that's got to be a big plus for the defense.
Yeah, it really is. He's got a nose for the ball, and I think his time's coming. And I think right now he's getting more confidence. He's getting probably more opportunities he has in the past, and he's making the best of it.
Gus, how do you feel the linebackers adjusted this week when they go out and they play a team obviously that passed so much and really didn't have much opportunity last week to come and play this?
There's
team?
no doubt that we played a team that throws it just about every now and then. We went to one of the better running teams, and it was good by our defense to be able to adjust like they did.
Anything else?
Gus, how do you feel about the play of the offensive line through the first 2 games?
We have high expectations for that group, and I thought they did some good things. Like I said, in all areas, we need to execute better, and that's one of the areas too that we'll keep focusing on. And, we're a work in progress, but we're happy to be 2-0. And I think this team has potential. And just like I've been saying, improve each practice and each game, and I think we've got a real chance to do that.
Gus, you've said that you've wanted to find a go-to receiver, and it's another night where you just didn't have that one real breakout guy as far as quantity of catches. What do you think it's going to take to find that one guy?
I don't know. I mean, if you spread the ball around, and we had some 3rd down catches, which was big. And, I thought our receivers did a solid job when they were thrown to.
All right, Coach. Thank you very much.